Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another instant deck tech, and we got a ridiculous deck to look at today. This is a deck, I'm calling it Bring the Lotus. It's a Bring to Light Lotus field deck for Pioneer. It comes to us from Nakagawa Nasuki, who did get to a top 8 finish in a small Japanese tournament, so congrats to Nasuki on just a really ridiculous deck, and I don't even know how to really describe this deck. I guess we'll just talk about it as we go along. It is a deck, it doesn't happen very often, but once in a while I see a deck and it just kind of blows my mind. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Essentially, this deck, the easiest way for me to describe it in like a sentence is it has every card that definitely does combo with Lotus Field, that possibly could combo with Lotus Field, and probably doesn't actually combo with Lotus Field, but maybe we'll stick it in there anyway and see what happens. So that's our deck for today. A quick reminder, if you enjoyed this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So let's talk Bring the Lotus, starting with the boring part of the deck. So I will tell you right up front, the deck starts off looking kind of like a typical Lotus Breach deck. We got Lotus Field, makes a lot of mana, yeah, we got to sack lands, but we have the shenanigans that work with it and get around it. Thespian Stage to copy Lotus Field, so we don't have to sack lands, and once we have 2 going, then we just have tons of mana. Hidden Stirrings to keep untapping our copies of Lotus Field to make tons and tons of mana in a single turn. This is pretty straightforward Lotus Breach style stuff. Then we have a bunch of mana fixing and cantrips. Attune with Ether fixes our mana. We're pretty much a 5-color pile. Opt, Growth Spiral can ramp us, also find us the cards we need, make sure we hit our Lotus Field. So this isn't really that strange. And then we have our boring combo, but I will warn you now, once we move on to this next slide, we're going to see like 10 different combos with Lotus Field, just all one-ofs, all scattered through the deck. So we do have the boring combo, I would say. We can win the way a typical Lotus Breach deck wins, which is you play Underworld Breach, but we only have one Underworld Breach. So this is even like our main focus. We're mostly just hoping we draw some combo at the same time, some 2 to 3 card combo, and piece it together for the win. So Underworld Breach, Chronic Flooding can go at our Lotus Field. We keep tapping and untapping it. We mill our whole deck. Then we mill our Lightning Strike. Then we cast it a bunch of times with all the mana we made. We burn our opponent out of the game. That is one of the ways we can kill with this deck. That's the boring way, I would say. The more exciting ways, we have one copy of Thousand Year Storm. Thousand Year Storm copies an instant or sorcery for each instant or sorcery we cast before it. So we can cast all those cantrips we were talking about. We can cast all of our tapping and untapping land stuff. And then we can Lightning Strike a bunch of times. If we want to get spicy, we can Starve Extinction, just blow up all of our opponent's land. Doesn't directly win us the game, but still, sounds pretty fun. Should essentially win us the game. Clearing the board, blowing up all our opponent's lands, should get the job done eventually. So that's another way we can win the game. Another way we can win the game, also both one-ups, so hopefully we find them at the same time. Jeskai Ascendancy, Sylvan Awakening. So Jeskai Ascendancy, whenever we cast a non-creature spell, we untap our creatures and give them +1/+1. Sylvan Awakening turns all of our lands into 2/2 indestructible reaching elemental creatures. So we cast Sylvan Awakening, all of our lands are creatures. We cast a spell, we untap all of our lands, we float mana in between, we also pump all of our lands, so eventually they get massive, so we get this weird, indestructible land, kind of storm-style, pseudo-infinite mana, make a big board, kill you type win. Then we have Wilderness Reclamation, also a one of, along with a couple of big X-Spell one-ofs, Expansion Explosion, Fall of the Thread, so we can find our Wilderness Reclamation, which is going to make even more mana than most decks, because of our Lotus Field, Thespian Stage, copying it, go to our end step, float all of our mana, and then untap all of our mana, and then Explosion our opponent's face for lethal, Fall of the Titans, another way we can do it, especially with Surge, just cast like an op beforehand, kill our opponent one-shot with a big spell. Then we have, of course, a single copy of Fae of Wishes, which can get additional combo pieces from our sideboard. We grab Thousand Year Storm. If we have Jeskai Ascendancy, we get Sylvan Awakening. If we have Sylvan Awakening, we get Jeskai Ascendancy. We can get an Underworld Breach, an Explosion, a Fall of the Titans, whatever we need. And then, going back to our main deck, we have a ton of ways to just hold everything together. Bring to Light is our tutor to find whatever piece we need. Since Bring to Light cannot technically hit enchantments, we can use Bring to Light to find our one idyllic tutor, which can find like our Underworld Breach or our Thousand Year Storm. We also have Golos, which can cast things for free, can also tutor up lands, so we can find our Thespian Sage, our Lotus Field. Then we have a bunch of just like cantrippy stuff. Mission Briefing can reuse combo pieces from the graveyard if the first time wasn't enough. Search for Escata eventually draws through our deck. Mana Base, we're not going to talk about everything. We talked about the important lands. Lotus Field, Thespian Sage, that's the engine of the deck. Ether Hub, That's why you have Attune with Ether. Also fixes our 5-color mana base, a bunch of shock lands and basic lands. The rest of the sideboard discounting our combo pieces to tutor for. We get some removal, Abrade, Anger of the Gods, Cinder Vines for artifacts and enchantments and storm decks, Unmoored Ego to shut down combos, and we can snag these if we need to with our Fae of Wishes if we don't have a better target, a combo piece target. Clofist for Graveyard Hate, Hydroid Crosses, takes advantage of all of our mana, draws his cards, gains his life, and that is the ridiculous, infinite combo. Not infinite in the sense that we're infinitely comboing, although we kind of are, but infinite in the sense that the deck has, infinite combos in it. 5 or 6 different, not really, but sort of maybe related combos, all involving the big mana Lotus Field Thespian stage plan. And that's been our instant deck for today. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. If you enjoyed today's deck, make sure to purchase it from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. For a limited time, you can get a Scoop Soldier sticker for free if you mention Scoop Soldier in your order notes during checkout. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.